Lay out what the timeline is for Parliament's ratification, and also do you think Mexico has to ratify it again since they've already done it, but it's changed?
So we spoke with the Mexicans, and they absolutely do need to vote again, and they are working on that. In terms of ratification in Canada, that is a question, I think, for our entire Parliament, for all MPs in Parliament. As I mentioned, I spoke with my critics from the Conservatives, the Bloc, and the NDP, and I reached out via email to Elizabeth May as well. And I do think, very much hope we collectively will be able to treat this not as a partisan issue, and that we collectively, as members of Parliament, will understand this agreement for what it is, which is an agreement very much in the national interest, and approach it that way. And that is why it has been very important for me to make our trade negotiators available to the opposition so they can hear directly from Canada's outstanding and impartial public servants what the content of the agreement is. And I also want to say, I did yesterday also speak with the NAFTA Council, which includes representatives from across the country, from labor, from business, and from different political parties, and laid out for them what we were about to do. In terms of our own timelines, I had a good conversation with Pablo Rodriguez on Monday. Before leaving, I had another conversation with him today. I will be discussing its ratification timelines with the Prime Minister as well. Our American and Mexican friends, having cleared the way for ratification in their own countries, were very interested yesterday in understanding Canada's ratification path. And all I would say is, I believe this is a real national priority for Canada, and we should seek to get the deal ratified as soon as we can, given respect for all the necessary parliamentary procedures. Yes.
Are you're not going to wait for the states? The impeachment process doesn't impact this trade deal. You're going to move ahead, and if so, when? Do I have it right? Could you?
So our intention now is to proceed with the ratification of the new NAFTA, with the ratification of the deal which the Prime Minister signed last November, and the protocol, and added to that the protocol which I signed yesterday in Mexico City. So we intend to proceed now as quickly as possible, given respect for all of the parties in Parliament, and given respect for Canadian due process. This is a good deal. The United States has found a domestic path to ratification, and it's now time, I believe, that it is absolutely in the Canadian national interest to get this deal done, to have the negotiation fully concluded, to have this new deal enter into force for Canada, the US, and Mexico, and to have the really great certainty that that would give our workers and our companies. So, as you guys know, we have just returned to Ottawa after an election. As you also know very well, our government is in a minority right now. That means we need to have respectful conversations with everyone in Parliament. And what I will say is the Leader of the House, Pablo Rodriguez, is very much seized of this issue. As I said, I spoke about it with him. I sent him a message over the weekend saying, I think this could be moving, we're gonna have to talk. I talked to him first thing on Monday. I spoke to him again today. I will be meeting with the Prime Minister to discuss this further. We will seek to move forward as quickly as possible with respect for Canadian parliamentary procedures.